Yay!
Hooray!
And there's much rejoicing. And then they ate Robin's minstrels.
You know, I'm still not seeing it live.
It is live, you idiot.
Reload the page.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's live now.
Hey, everybody, how you doing? And you know, obviously, we're using the cats. I love both the cats for Dirk and Horrendous. So they're amazing.
They're
you know, I just got
inaccurate. Greg did a good job.
Wait, where's
with
Don's
these
cat?
I didn't get that far, but you know, I will fix it. We'll fix it next
I
week.
could do a Dawn one if you want.
You know, I had enough trouble. I mean, you know, it's been 3 weeks since I've been on the show because the way our vacation falls, and you know, I'm just out of practice, and I'm not that good to begin with. You know that. I mean, McLeod's much better than me.
Very true.
By the way, I'm going to share.
That's because I've been doing it for a long time, dude. That's all. It's not skill. It's just practice.
It's not skill. You actually, you know how to do shit. Unlike me, you know. Oh look, resub Erik Asmock 78 months. Hey, that shit actually works now that we work through it. Look at that.
Yeah.
Hot damn.
I know, right?
Well, hello, audience. It has been a while.
Well.
Should I reping or no?
I already did.
Okay.
It's fine.
Thanks.
I beat you to it.
All right, because I turned all that shit off so I don't see it.
Yeah.
It's
pretty
slick. Double ping day.
Here as well.
By the way, just private joke between me and Horrendous. Horrendous, I'm laughing hysterically. That's great. That's awesome. That's what I thought you said. Thank you.
There was a 82 or 89 month on Thursday.
Nice.
We were pretty impressed.
Oh, I'm not the oldest. Like, I'm not the longest. That's for sure.
I swear the longest that I've seen is probably Carneros.
What's he?
Carneros has been around for ages at this point.
I think this guy was 1 month ahead of Carneros.
Carneros is probably approaching like 10 years subscribed or something. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to point out that green around Greggy is his Jesus-like aura.
It is.
Okay.
It's my.
It's a big fucking aura, then, mate.
Yeah, it's huge, giant. You know,
it's my natural halo.
I thought it was one of those bouncy balls that you sit on, and he just like was leaning up against it.
Why does Goonie DuPont think chat's in slow mode?
Because it is. We've got a 20-second slow mode today.
All right.
I've been
reasons.
Well, the default 30 seconds. I just made it shorter. But then everybody keeps moving things, so I keep clicking subscribers only, but I'm not trying to.
Just roll with that,
so it's Dawn's fault.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Dawn. All right, fair enough. We know what Dawn's alt account
There you go, Goonie. It's because Dawn.
On Twitch is now.
It's not my alt account. That is my account. I don't have more than one Twitch.
So here's the thing.
To be fair, do we need to welcome Greg officially to Push to Talk? I mean, he's
been here before.
He's
hosted it before.
He's not here regularly in the same way. So
people just get sucked into this show. It's just the way it is, guys.
We love the fact that you're here.
I love the ears. They're fantastic.
You know.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, the whole head thing, very cool.
Yeah. Oh, he's got the cat ears going.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He's
had them for weeks.
He's working with you and Horrendous right now.
He's gone to Jin Tan's school.
My most important thing is: are we allowed to buy cat ears in Eve yet?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Hold on.
Bad business
there was
decision.
Something, wasn't there? Back a couple months ago, there was something.
No, I'm pretty sure that was
Doctor Who.
Wasn't that their April?
No, that was years ago.
The Doctor Who thing was the start of this year.
By the way,
Doctor Who have cat ears?
No.
by the way, Dawn, I did not know in Twitch you were Fluffy Leopard, but
we don't need to bring attention to it.
You can't miss it.
I mean, Dawn is a furry.
She's fluffy. I love it. It's so cool.
That's a known.
I was going to put out the coolness of the name. That's all I was going to say.
That is my actual online persona. Dawn has definitely become like the main one, but I've had Fluffy since I was 16. And that's what most people call me. If you look on any video game and you find someone named Fluffy Leopard, high chance it is probably me.
Okay, we will have to keep that in mind, Fluffy Rhea.
I actually was trying to get people to call me Fluffy and Eve, even though my name's Don Rhea, and no one would because all they see is Don Rhea. So it took about 6 months for me to get used to being called Dawn instead of Fluffy.
Next time we are,
I promise, we'll be willing to call you Fluffy at random moments.
Fluffy.
It's fine. I use it as my name. So like Dawn and Fluffy.
You won't be expecting this whenever we do it. You won't be expecting it.
Hey, we'll be at the bar somewhere. I'm gonna give Fluffy a shot.
And I'll know exactly what you're talking about because
what's funny bring Fluffy back.
There's a guy in Bad Posters called Fluffy with a PH, and when you guys talk with him, I go, what? I have to remember that you're not talking to me.
Okay,
so
that's exactly why it's going to be so much fun when we call you Fluffy.
Yeah. So the other thing too here is
I know without a doubt that within like the first 3 or 4 times, someone's going to decide that we're saying Fluffy.
Fluffy. And
from there on, it's going to be Fluffy.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with the other Fluffo that we have on INN server.
Yeah.
So why are you in chat?
This is what I've just asked him. Like, why is someone in
we're
chat?
We're wondering.
He's driving, I think.
If he's driving, he shouldn't be typing.
That's even better. Why are you typing while you're driving?
I was gonna get in Bargos, because he did his sub, right? And I was gonna get him like, oh yeah, he's on there, and he's not even in chat with us, but then he is here, and then Soth does the exact same thing, and we're like,
I hate you all.
all my love, my German friend.
The power of peer pressure.
Hold on. Eric hasn't put up Soft's cat.
Or Dawn's cat.
Well, I didn't know Soth was going to be here.
Okay, my cat's always here. It's so.
That's right, Fluffy.
We're
here.
I didn't know.
We don't need to see Dawn's crap.
No,
sorry, what was that?
Sorry. What was? Not you, Fluffy. Fluffy.
Fluffer hamster here.
Our wonderful INN Fluffer is in chat with us.
Oh my goodness.
And so is Fluffy Hamster.
That is our wonderful INN Fluffer.
Please. Family
I thought Dawn was the Fluffer.
He is the official INN Fluffer, yeah.
God. Do you know what you're saying?
Yes, we know.
Yes. Yeah, I think everybody knows.
As long as we're clear.
That's why it's funny.
When did the show start? Hold on.
Wait. For everyone out there who is under 18 years old, do not, under any circumstances, Google what a fluffer is.
Oh, well, now he's done it.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah. We could have just zoomed over that speed bump.
Eric,
when did the show start? How long have we been streaming? Because I need to know my 20 minutes.
No. We're on Double Dawn rules today.
Probably like
Double Dawn rules today.
Double Dawn? No.
Double Dawn.
No.
There is no Double Dawn.
Sorry, Dirk. We are actually on Fluffy rules today.
Fluffy rules meaning 30 minutes.
Which means that Fluffy can actually bring stuff up if Fluffy wants to.
I don't want to. I just want to know because, I want to talk about you guys.
Hold on.
You guys saw me streaming
has a good question. Light Monk has a very good question in chat.
No, he does not.
No, we're not talking.
No, we are. No.
Hold it.
I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, but over the past 2 weeks, there has been something that has gone just way too far. Just cut it. Just quit it with the almonds. All right.
I was actually going to say something about almonds, real.
But what if they're on a pineapple pizza?
They're not allowed. No nuts on the pizza.
You haven't seen this.
No. I think what horrendous means is that the cheese is made out of almond milk.
That's not cheese.
No, it's almond. Yeah, well, it's almond. No, it is. It's almond cheese.
I'm just gonna say my real almond thing, okay?
Cheese.
So
it's okay if I sensually eat these almonds on stream, isn't it?
You cannot.
You actually have almonds.
You can look at
them.
So clearly eat almonds because
show the almond. Show the almond.
Show the almond. There he is. Look at him.
Hey, he's eating almonds on stream, but I still think
that's healthy.
The idea that it can be sensual because he's going to have to crunch on them.
I'm sure this is Light Monk's kink right now.
Oh dear Lord.
So
anyway, I wanted to talk about. Some of you guys saw me playing it this week, but I played a new game that came out this week called Stray, and it's appropriate since we have all the cats here.
How is it? I was actually looking at it.
Okay, so let me tell you, it's fun. It's really cute in like a lot of the stuff that you can do, like you can claw furniture and shit. The game's too short. That's the only problem I have with it.
It's like an 8-hour cat game, right?
I mean, yeah, I finished it in like 6 to 8 hours, right?
If anything's screaming out for like an open world kind of like just roam around sort of aspect of the game, like it would be that game.
It's not completely
that is exactly
what
cats do.
Yeah. It needs more. They need to add more levels or further story or something. Like they made a really great core of the game, and for like, let's say it was like it's $30 right now for 15 to 20, perfect price point. I think it's a little overpriced. The graphics are fun. The camera works a little hard, but it's supposed to be with a console, not a computer, so I gave it a pass. It's challenging, but not so challenging that like someone as bad as me can't handle it. And I was fun solving the puzzles. The weird part is I solved puzzles before I knew they were puzzles. So I would like complete something and gain an item and then like go continue the story and find out, oh, I've already done the thing they wanted me to do to get the item, you know, or whatever they needed me to get. I did cry at the end. So it has got a very touching end.
Did you see Memories?
Was the cat hit by a fucking car or something, Don?
No, the cat's fine. Nothing bad happens to the cat, Greg.
That's my worst.
Spoilers.
I know.
You just removed 50% of the potential players wanting.
No, it's okay. You know. But yeah, I would. It's fun to play, but yeah, I would play it at a lower price point. But I'm hoping that they will add like DLC or something to it where you can like change the story, or they add alternate endings or something, because there's a lot of potential for a different ending than the one ending that's there. That's the other hard part, is like there's a lot of percentages you can gain, but it's no good. It doesn't do anything for you. There is no alternate ending, so there's no reason to 100% the game.
Oh, it's made by the same people who made Outer Wilds.
Let's be fair here. Like companies like Ubisoft and EA haven't figured out like alternate endings really, so we can't expect like a tiny developer that's like how many people are working there.
It doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Like it's got potential for add-ons. Like buy a $5 pack to add six endings. I would do it because I would have fun then redoing the game to like try and get these different endings. So I feel like they missed. They got a good skeleton with some meat, but they really missed like the skin and the fur to like really bring this thing to life. But it was still good. I had a good time with it. I was having fun showing it off to people.
A game about a cat is missing skin and fur. This is
fucking fucked up cats. Tell you that right now.
For those of you who don't know what Stray is, the gist of, I'm going to not spoil anything, but the gist of the story is you're a little kitty cat and you got separated from your family and you're trying to find a way home. It's like American Tail. That's what you're doing.
I mean,
that's like the most basic
Finding Nemo
version of the story. Yeah.
Apparently, it's also cyberpunk.
Yes.
Kind of. I've heard very good things about it, but like the issue for me is the price point to the hours that you get. Like in the UK, it's £24, so that's sterling. I'm not sure what it is in euro for the euros or whatever.
What's the kind of sort of story length and such?
But it's about 6 to 8 hours.
It's like 6 to 8 hours for 24 quid. That's a bit steep for me.
It is a bit steep.
That's why I said if it was a half price or like $20, you know, cut it down a bit. Perfect price point.
Yeah.
What about this? CCP could buy the license, and you could have meowing in stations.
Oh my god, it would be so cute! I'd be so excited.
Crawl around, do little quests.
Throughout the entire game, you can meow for no reason. It does affect some things in game, but like you can just sit there and go meow meow, and there's an achievement for meowing 100 times. So you're just like encouraged to keep doing it.
But like, yeah, I mean, at that kind of £24 price point, I'd probably still rather buy this game with like 8 hours of content than subscribe to EVE for a month. So,
yeah, hashtag true.
So that's the thing.
At least it will bring some degree of emotion to you, as far as Dawn has said. You know,
I was really like like I don't want to give too much away with the ending because you kind of saw it coming at some point, but there was a little bit of hope at the end too. But it was really just like, oh no. So
do we get to be able to guess the ending of it?
I really don't want to ruin it for chat since it did just come out. It came out literally like Wednesday or Tuesday or something. It's only been out a few days. Let's give it 2 weeks and then I'll spoil it.
You've had your chance. You finally reunite with your family, except they've all turned to zombies.
At least give us.
Oh wow, you totally got it.
This isn't a Marvel film, Matt.
No spoiling.
Yeah. Well, it's too early. We won't spoil it yet, but in a few weeks.
No spoiling.
No spoilers.
Okay,
especially when
you can DM me and I will tell you.
Like if it's been on sale, if it's been on sale multiple times and you can expect people, then still no fucking spoiling.
Yeah, it's like
some of us are slow.
Spoilers aren't allowable until like 2.
Some of us are very slow. I mean, I've only just recently got into Tarkov, so like some of us are really slow.
Tarkov's difficult to spoil.
Yeah, so
some people were mad.
True.
Some people were mad about spoilers for The Last Temptation of Christ.
What are it's gonna end?
Exactly, Greg. Exactly.
All right.
How would you spoil?
Jesus.
How would you do a spoil for a spoiler for EVE Online?
Everybody is bad.
Everybody's an asshole.
The server
game. Everybody is bad. You know.
I'm not even talking about players. There's just when you look at the NPCs, there are no good guys in EVE Online.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Even the Mimitar.
You mean the terrorists?
Yeah.
Yes, even the terrorists are bad.
Why are you role-playing in a Marian Horrendous? Do we need to like break out the bat?
I'm not. I'm just saying that like you've got the
religious purification.
Oh my God!
Role-playing in a Marian by calling them terrorists.
No, you've got the Minmatar who, yes, totally have legit reasons for what they're doing, but they're still terrorists. I mean, it's really hard to ignore that fact. You've got the Galente who give all sorts of lip service to freedom and all this shit, but they're neglectful. They blockaded a planet to starvation.
Hold on, not just that horrendous.
Planet had it coming.
Liberty and democracy.
Horrendous.
They currently operate black site prisoner of war camps.
Yeah, they also have it coming.
Horrendous. All of this negative stuff is just about appreciation of kinks. Okay.
And horrendous, if I remember correctly.
You don't know that particular planet's kink was starving to death. You don't know this.
If I remember correctly, most of their leadership also comes from their CIA equivalent, right?
Was not starving to death.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, but you don't know it for sure. That's what I'm saying.
The people who know what the fuck is going on in the galaxy are the people who lead the Galente. Exactly.
I mean, it kind of is. It's their secret agency that has been basically picking people behind the scenes to run it for years.
Yes. And they know what the fuck is going on in the galaxy as a result of their experience there. Keep with the program.
Yes, but it's a dictatorship.
Apparently Bargos needs to actually begin to understand what the program is before he starts commenting. Unless he doesn't want to end up in one of these black sites.
The Caldari state responds to attempts to organize labor the way the U.S. Army did during the 1890s.
Yeah. The Caldari are really more
with
like
miniguns.
But yeah.
No. Do you know the history of the US, Derek? What Horrendous refers to?
I know the history. I'm just using a more current reference for people in chat who may not have done the reading in quite the same way.
No,
for those who haven't done the reading, when people would try to organize in company towns, where you got paid less than the company charged you for everything you needed to survive. so that you constantly got deeper in debt for to the company, they'd call up the government to come bust up the unions, usually with guns.
And it regularly led to massacres. And that's the Caldari. They literally will do that. We'll just bombard a planet.
Good guys. There's actually a case to be made that the best NPC faction, the most benevolent NPC faction, are the ones that show up, abduct billions, and turn them into a zombie hive mind.
Which ones are those?
The Sancha.
Yeah,
that's what's going on with incursions.
Yes, it is.
So Sisters of Eve isn't a good one.
Not a place.
My God, SOE is fucking evil, Mac. If you know what they do.
They don't let anything get in the way of progress.
Than the Amarians.
Science is their primary. Science is their primary goal. Their only meaning, and they will not let anyone get in the way of science.
But they also won't let anyone have it.
Well,
right?
Yes, because if they gave it to other people, they might abuse it. But they can do whatever they want to get.
Who are we talking about? The Sisters of Common?
SOE.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
So then we got the Trigs that are just space Nazis.
Well, the Trigs. We don't actually know enough about the Trigs culturally to make any real judgments on them. But we do know that they forcibly mutate people.
Is it forcible?
Sometimes.
Do we know that?
Well, here's the thing.
Sometimes. You don't get an option.
Here's the thing, Bard. They take over your system. You're like some schmo living on the planet. You don't have the option of whether or not you can leave. But suddenly, your planet is toxic, and you either do this or die.
You say that, but the law specifically said that evacuation flights were being let out with people on them.
Yeah.
Not once they got dragged into abyssals.
Yes, they did. The law was saying it, and has been saying it for the last year or two.
The lore made that claim, except that we've got active posts from CCP actors saying, yeah, there will be no evacuations. Anyone who attempts it will be shot down.
True. Yeah, we have this weird double thing going on.
You've got the difference between what's being publicly claimed and what they're actually doing. Oh, shocking.
Well, it's not even what they're actually doing, it's what both sides are publicly claiming, right?
Right, but no good guys in Eve.
No good guys in Eve.
Even CCP actors.
Well, claiming CCP are good guys in EVE Online is a bold fucking claim.
Seriously.
But, so, on that note, Eric,
you've
been away.
It's been time. Now, what did you want to ask about?
We've not even talked about Eric's holiday or Berlin yet, or
Yeah.
Dawn derailed us by talking about Stray. So
that's what I wanted to talk about was the kitty cat game.
Oh, well then why were you worried about the 20 minutes thing?
Because I wanted to make sure that I took up the 20 minutes as well.
You could have talked about that even in the 20 minutes because it wasn't Eve.
I know, but there is one thing that happened this week in Eve. Well, actually, two things.
Whoa! We were just trying to talk about Eric's holiday.
That's fine. I'm just saying there are two Eve things that we can talk about. So
we'll talk about the Eve things once we've talked about
my holiday.
Were there any good guys on your holiday, Eric?
Yeah, there were lots of good people and good things to eat. It was good food. I will say, anybody going to Hilton Head Island, go to the quarterdeck because and don't order like the fancy meals. Just get the baskets, like a basket of shrimp, basket of clam strips. They're not. It's like all fresh made and they're giant and they're good. So that's the food thing. The other food thing is almonds. Sorry guys, actual almonds. So Mrs. Eric, she goes to buy some chocolate covered almonds and. It's hot in the South, right? You don't leave chocolate in your car, right? So we put it in the cooler.
Back to the almonds.
It's chocolate covered almonds. So you put them in the cooler so they're kind of cold, right? So she gets them out of the cooler and she starts eating them, watching a little TV at night. She goes, "Oh my God, I think I have COVID." I can't taste these almonds. So just in case anybody knows, almonds when they're cold have like no taste.
Christ.
I said, let them warm up. I said I did the same thing because I like chocolate covered peanuts. I did the same thing. And
was this a science thing?
It was, but it's true. And then she ate them the next morning.
Like
she's like, "Hey, I can taste the almonds." I'm like, "Hey, you don't have COVID. Let's go to the pool. See ya."
You can
No,
congratulations, you don't have COVID. Let's go.
My wife on vacation is hilarious, right? Because she is up at the crack of dawn, and she is out there, doing her morning run out there. She doesn't run on the beach or anything. She runs the roads beside the beach, but she's up at like the crack of dawn. I'm like, hey, we can sleep. The kids,
It's a holiday. Why are you doing this?
Well,
why are people running? Is she being chased?
No, she's a runner. My wife's a runner.
Oh, okay.
She didn't do anything athletic when she was like young. She didn't do anything athletic till she turned like 40. Okay, and she started running marathons and things like that. I'm the exact opposite.
But it's a holiday.
It doesn't matter. She likes to eat when she's on holiday too. So she
enjoys
keep it off, right?
So,
yeah. Oh, she loves working out in that.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so there you go.
But yeah, so it's fun.
Holiday, just get your dopamine.
Normally,
like, you're on holiday. You're not allowed to do things that you enjoy.
Normally,
it's a rest period. Is all I'm saying. It's a rest period.
Normally, I'm out at the pool or somewhere at like 7:30, and I got my thermos of coffee and a newspaper, and I'm sitting there doing the thing. This year, I was like, I never understood those people who like don't go to the pool till like 10 or 11 in the morning. That was me this year, man. It's like I'm sleeping. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Okay, let's go to the pool or the beach or wherever we're going. And it's great when you have boys, right?
Somewhere at the bar and I can lie down.
So, I don't know if I should say this online, but I'm going to say it anyway.
No.
So,
here comes the hot take.
My oldest son is 21, right? And he goes down to the pool bar, right? And the first day they card him, he looks 21, right? He could be there, but he gets carded, and he says, "Up in my room, you want me to get?" No, the guy serves him. The next day, he goes to the pool bar because they're young, right? They're all in that 20, 21 range, and so like bars new and interesting, right? But they don't like our kids don't drink to get really drunk. They have a good time, but so he gets carded. And then the next day he gets carded again, but he brought it down. The guy made him walk over to the pool to get his ID this time. Meanwhile, I might have a non-21-year-old that his big thing is, hey, I want to try the drink of the day every day, right? So he never gets carded, and he looks way younger. And he looks at his older brother, and he goes, "Who are you going to at the bar?" He goes, "I go to the guy." He goes, "I go to the girl. She doesn't card anybody."
Yes. Yeah, that's a thing.
And then the three boys, they're like, "We're getting the bucket of rum." So they get this 32-ounce bucket of rum, whatever the drink is, right? And they get 3 straws, and they're sitting there at lunch, 3 of them drinking out of a bucket of rum. I'm just looking at them like, are you real? I mean, just get your own bucket. Meanwhile, right? And by the way, I talked to McLeod on this, so we're working on some. But we did take the keg thing, the little make your own drinks keg. Everybody loved it at the pool because we just swim over to the side of the pool and fill our drinks, and then we go back out in the pool, right? And
nice. They're
like, "You guys, you're saving millions." I said, "I understand. I'm saving millions. It's very expensive at that bar." But yeah, so we had a good time. So it works really well at the pool. And it was a great vacation, and I literally zoned out for 2 weeks. As you guys know, you didn't hear shit from me. We spent 2 weeks in paradise.
Awesome.
So no Eve news for the last 2 weeks. Huh.
Yeah, I know. You guys have been filling me in. I get it.
Thank God. Thank God
happened,
nothing.
Man.
Yeah, thank God nothing happened.
Yeah.
So boring.
Nothing. It's been very quiet,
Really
very
quiet.
boring.
Yeah.
The one good thing about the last 2 weeks in Eve?
Yeah.
Eve Berlin. Or Goon Berlin, I should say. Goon Berlin.
I will say there was one downer on vacation. Despite my efforts, I did not hit the Mega Millions at all over 3 weeks, or we would be we would be streaming this from the south. Okay, but
you'd be streaming this from your yacht,
Mississippi.
No, I would not have a yacht. No. I go to South Carolina, almost Savannah, Greg.
I don't know, south, right?
I told my wife. I said, "You realize we are not going home. I mean, I'm just like we're just gonna, rent some place on the credit card, until we find something we want and get this money." So yeah, but we didn't win. It's terrible. I mean, I know it's a surprise that we didn't win, right?
Absolutely.
By the way, for those who don't know, it's up to 790 million next drawing.
You get to keep half of that as an American, right?
What?
You get about half that as an American?
You're
taxed.
You're
50%.
Well, if you take it in lump sum, right, you're going to get less than 790 million, and then you're probably going to be taxed probably around 37% on it.
You take it as a you take it in installments for damn sure.
No, you don't.
No.
People have done the maths on it. If you take it in installments, you'll never get more than like 5 or 6 million in your life.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, your descendants can get the rest of it, but yeah.
So you take it lump and you just like bite the bullet on the tax. Yeah.
You eat the tax. You put it into investments.
Oh yeah, invest the shit out of it.
No way. I am eating every meal at Hooters.
Oh, I mean, you can do that, Eric. There's a
I'm
really
gonna be in
nice
there. I'm gonna
Reddit
wings all around. Wings all around.
No, let's be honest here, Eric.
Yeah.
You win that much money, you're eating every meal at the Hooters you own.
Good point.
No.
What about Twin Peaks?
Mrs. Eric,
Twin
Mrs.
Peaks
Eric,
over Hooters.
Mrs. Eric would not allow Eric to own a Hooters or eat there.
Okay, then Mrs.
I would
Eric
not be allowed. I'm sorry. This is
Yeah,
just pure fantasy. Okay.
Like
She owns
counterpoint here.
the Hooters. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Can we?
Counterpoint here. If you eat every meal at Hooters, you're not going to be alive long enough to have to pay taxes.
Have you seen me lately?
I like Atrium's
You pay the
comment.
taxes before you get the money, so like
You
they
do?
take it out of they take it out of the money before the government gives you the money.
You never see the you never see the
550 million
that you pay on tax.
Because again, you're getting the money from the people who are taking the taxes out of it.
Hold on. This is the one time that the American tax system actually seems to work properly and doesn't screw people over.
No. It does screw people over. It's just it always works correctly from the government's perspective. This is how you see it.
Remember though, okay? The majority of this money, right, is coming from people who really can't afford to spend it on a lottery.
Yes, that's the issue.
So
that's true.
At its core, it's still fucking people over.
I do refer to the lottery as
on the receiving end of the tax payment.
It's definitely a stupid tax.
Yeah, so basically, it screws people over. It just screws people over in advance.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's voluntary.
It front loads
completely. It's 100% voluntary.
And not really done.
Yeah,
but it's listed.
You went to the store
with addiction.
It's still voluntary.
No, U.S. tax code is paying taxes. Yeah, U.S. tax code, right? Paying federal taxes is classified as voluntary until the IRS knocks at your door, and then it's no longer voluntary.
Yeah,
out of every one of our paychecks here in the U.S., they deduct federal and state taxes, right, and local taxes before we have to pay them. Technically, as long as you pay them before April 15th, you don't pay a penalty.
Whenever you
this is what I don't get with the US. Yeah. Like, Dirk, I don't know about Germany, but UK-wise, the tax comes out before it even hits your bank.
Yeah.
It's just done. That's done, out of the way, dealt with. You don't have to worry about filing.
No matter what. Like, your capital gains, your everything.
Okay. Well, yeah, if you're going via PAYE, yeah. But if you're filing with your own personal tax, then no.
There are bits where you have
the way it works here, Bard, is that technically it's supposed to work that way, but for some reason, the way the math works out, it's still possible to owe income tax, even after you've had your maximum deductions taken out, like your maximum withholdings taken out. So it never hits your bank, and yet it still has to come out of your bank.
God.
And the reason for that is just because everything is way too complicated.
Clearly.
Yeah. It's way too complicated here.
And it really it is. It's way too complicated. Like if you were to look at, I'm sure, if you were to look at the amount of different stupid tax laws and loopholes that go into Erik paying his employees half of certain taxes, the payroll taxes, half of Social Security, and then Erik having to deal with his own taxes, it would just melt your brain.
That's why we have accountants.
I mean, I've been, yeah.
That's why we can never go to a flat tax, Greg, right? Because if we ever do that, we don't need accountants.
Because we can never go to a flat tax because it's regressive as fuck and punishes exactly the people who need it the least.
Yeah. Well,
then and then you start talking about having your residence in one state and working in another state.
Yep.
Yeah.
How about international tax issues, like, because that's what I'm trying to deal with at the moment. It's like, how to correctly tax, or how to sort of pay the least amount of tax when working internationally as a
as an international man of mystery.
Okay, I can actually tell you
it's a bit of a minefield.
I can actually
it's have a bank in Switzerland.
The correct way. The correct and totally accurate way to pay the least possible taxes when working internationally.
Here it comes.
Take your own death.
Already be rich and hire somebody to make sure of it.
Yeah, and that's the issue. Yes, that would be great. It's just when you're not rich and you're trying to work it out yourself, that's a bitch.
So until you manage that first bit, you're just fucked.
Yeah, pretty much.
But that's what you need to be working toward right now, is getting to the point of being rich enough that you can actually work the system.
Yeah. Well, fingers crossed on that one, but
Yep.
I mean, change your place of residence to Luxembourg. There you go.
But I'd actually have to. You actually have to move to Luxembourg, though.
I've heard that pretty much solves all problems in life, though, except for the fact that Luxembourg doesn't want anybody.
I wonder why they don't want anyone.
They do want people, but only if you have a lot of zeros.
On your bank account.
On your
Same with Switzerland, really. I think.
Yep.
I just want to point out right now. I mean, I'm sitting there going, you know what? By the way, I willingly call anybody who plays the lottery as paying taxes for dumb people, and I do. So that's my dumb. Okay. But I'm sitting here, I'm like, I hate the fact that I can just buy Powerball tickets and things online, on my phone right now.
Yeah.
Just bought a Powerball ticket, $4. Yeah.
Oh, of course, because if they make it really awkward and difficult for you to buy a lottery ticket, then that disincentivizes you from buying a ticket.
I know.
Means they don't get the money.
I will fully admit that I am glad that by the time smartphones came out, my father had stopped paying enough attention to technology to figure out how to use them. Because holy shit, he would have bankrupted my parents. Fucking in the 3 years between the first decent smartphones and when he died.
What about sports gambling in the U.S.? Has that been made legal yet?
Yeah, you can in most states. I think it is.
How?
Yeah,
sports gambling in the UK is just rampant right now. It's just they're getting a little bit better with making sure that you're aware that gambling can be an addiction, that you shouldn't be gambling more than you can financially deal with. But Jesus Christ. There was definitely a point in the UK where it was just like, you're just bombarded by like, you know, fucking Bet Victor, Betfred, all that kind of bullshit. And like, you know, sports gambling here, there, and everywhere with everything. And it was just like, yeah, I don't know how rampant it's gotten in the US or whether it's dying down a little bit now or what, but
yeah,
it was pretty mental over here in the UK for a while.
Well, now we can bet on anything on our phones, right? I mean, in the middle of the game, will he make the field goal?
Yeah, they've opened it up in Canada.
Anything. Like, you can't tune into any sports broadcast without getting fucking bombarded by all of the shit.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
50 billion fucking websites, casinos on your phone. Except if you live in New Jersey, because the casinos are operated out of New Jersey, and so they don't allow people in state to do the phone stuff because that would take away from Atlantic City.
Oh, yeah, well, you gotta have lobbying somewhere, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
Oh, yes. Fluffy's telling us his story as well.
Yeah.
Me and Dirk heard this one earlier, and it was like, oh no.
Yeah,
I'm glad he's doing it on a, you know, on a paradigm shifting platform.
Thanks, McLeod.
Hey, some of my new cameras just detected and are you ready? Yeah. Are you ready for this one? I just got a notice on my phone because we have a whole security system that was installed, right? And it says one of your front yard cameras just noticed an activity or an animal in your front yard.
Whoa!
I'm sitting
can we gamble on what it is?
Oh, it's like it's teasing you. It's like, oh, what could it be?
I don't know.
X in chat if you think it's an activity, and Y in chat if you think it's an animal.
It's like that notification was designed by the people who made Lost, a TV series.
So what was X and Y?
Stay tuned for next week.
X is it's an activity. Y is it's an animal.
Okay.
That's the point.
And do Z if you think it's both.
Ooh.
Two animals fucking.
Well,
oh god,
Greg, it said an activity. Who's doing an activity in my friend? Is there like a grandmother with grandsons? Hey, kitties, we're gonna do an activity. I mean, what's going on here?
I'd have the hose ready. That's all I'm saying.
I inadvertently started a Zor chain. It seems
wise to Zors.
Nice.
I gotta see if it'll link me to the actual thing. Let me see here.
Oh, you could stream the camera.
Probably
Mind
could.
You, there's nothing there now because it was some critter that ran across the camera's field of vision.
Well, no. That'll have an event history. It'll be an event, right?
It could be an XTTC.
Speaking of Alliance executors,
by the way, I gotta find
sweet this weekend.
I've got to find the right camera because
Shine said that we're going to be leaving the Imperium and going and striking.
Nice.
Sorry, what was that, McLeod? Did I just hear Init's going on strike?
No, I said Shine said
that we strikes, but come on.
Okay.
I said Shine said not that we are, but Shines did say on a stream.
Hold it.
It is leaving the Imperium, and we're going to be fighting people up north.
I'll be right back.
Might send people in to break your strike action.
Well, I wanted you to tell Eric about
agency workers now.
I just wanted you to tell Eric about the Moloch. Terrible at picking up hit.
Wait, we're trying to get banned for selling a Moloch again.
No.
Yeah, we're setting him up right now. That's what's happening. He doesn't know it. It's
him or built him a Moloch.
It's the surprise within the surprise, if you know what I mean. Surprise, but also, kind of not surprised.
Surprise!
Yeah, we basically built him a Moloch in secret, and he was when we basically I think it was Brisk actually who announced it on an alliance, basically on an alliance meeting. And yeah, like he still doesn't quite know how he didn't see it or like how we kept it a secret kind of thing. But yeah, he was super surprised by it.
Oh, awesome!
So he has his mullet back.
Sweet.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
He was emotional, I heard too, eh?
Yeah, he was a bit emotional actually. He said that Brisk said that he wanted to do it on the Meta Show at one point, but like yeah, it wasn't really a doable thing. And yeah, Shines kind of said that like yeah, if that had happened and he was on camera and stuff, like you'd have been able to tell that he was being quite emotional about it. So yeah,
awesome. Well, Shines deserves
it was a very nice thing.
Now he just needs to go on welfare.
Yeah.
What like Brisk did with his Ragnarok, yeah.
Oh god, what happened?
His credit card had Ragnarok, by the way.
No, Brisk just like whelped his Ragnarok. Like this happened ages ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. He got it for his birthday.
But yeah, so Goon Berlin.
How was it?
Stuffstill, how was Goon Berlin?
It was awesome. Less people than we expected.
More people than we initially expected.
More than we initially expected, less than we expected after, we got all of the call-outs in, like, the Fireside and the Meta Show and all of that. But yeah, there were lots of people with, like, COVID and other diseases that couldn't come, and, like, problems at airports and all of that. So we were about
in the direction of the UK.
We were about what, 50?
40 or 50, yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that over the course
of the
weekend.
Yeah.
But like some of us were there for 6 days, some of us were there for 5 days, some people were just there for like 1 or 2. But over the course I'd say we were probably a solid like 50 people.
Did you all stay in one centralized location or just
we were roughly in the same area of the city.
No,
but
50 of them spread out throughout Berlin for a meet.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I meant. I meant like the same hotel, or did y'all like crash on Sot's couch, or what?
Well, it's funny you say that. The sofa was actually better than the bed, in my opinion. So.
Oh god, it's a shame I didn't go then, because I was supposed to be crashing on the sofa.
I know, it would have been fine, but like, it was like, we got there and we knew how many people were turning up, and it was like, okay, so nobody needs the sofa. And then I sat down on the sofa when we got there, and then I went and tested a bed and was like, the sofa is actually more comfortable.
See, I actually liked the bed.
It's just a bit firm for me. But yeah, anyway, that was kind of how that one went.
But
yeah, over the course of the week or weekend, absolutely fantastic time.
Were you just criticizing somebody else's bed? Did you say it's a bit firmer for me? What's your sleep number, Dirk?
Well, we've rented an apartment over the weekend.
But yeah, so
good shout. It is a good shout. Like if you have enough people, and yeah, just hiring out an entire apartment is good.
It was pretty reasonable.
I think ASCII did that in Vegas, didn't they? They rented out a house or something.
We usually
somebody
do
from a knit did
as well.
Somebody from a knit did, Greg, because they invited me to a party there.
I mean, Amsterdam, like 2018, we were like 30 people who rented an entire Well, I don't want to say house because it was a pretty big space.
It was like 2 houses stuck together, big kind of farmhouse thing that they'd split up into 2 houses, and we just rented the entire thing.
Nice.
By the way, since you guys, we started talking about a knit and Pando and all that stuff, I went and got some Kirkland protein bars because of that fantastic book that he wrote. And my children were in the pool on vacation going, got any protein bars? I gotta, feed my really big brain. My brain muscles need protein bars. Anybody who hasn't read Pando's book, it's amazing.
Done, Eric?
What?
What have you
It's Shine's book. It's not Panda's book.
Oh, sorry, Shine's book.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah.
So, Kirkland protein bars. So I went and got one when you guys started talking about it. Then my real estate agent called me.
But yeah, soft made cake.
Cake?
Ah, yes.
We have.
Yep.
What kind of cake?
We had an apple cake an apple cider cake that kind of got burned a bit by the oven being weird.
It's more like an apple cider tart than an actual cake.
Yeah, fair. Then we had mini cheesecakes and a chocolate mud cake.
Yeah.
Did you meet any ladies, Dirk?
No ladies are interested in a cat that looks like that. I'm just saying, no cat wears monocle that a lady likes.
Well, I don't know. That shows sophistication, doesn't
it? Yeah, and old.
I think if anything, that shows a propensity for being an evil motherfucker.
No, I see that hat, and I wonder if he's like
that
that James Bond villain, that throws the hat and kills everybody.
I just want to point out, the entire Sunday, Dirk was trying to order water and never got it.
Oh man, it wasn't just the entirety of Sunday, right? I was trying it on Saturday, and I tried it on Monday as well. Like that whole bit where you think, okay, yes, I want a drink, but I want to keep hydrated while I do it.
So this wasn't just like, hey, there's water at the faucet. I could drink it. That you were out somewhere and the waiter refused to bring you water.
When we were at a bar or something, there were four specific times that I ordered a drink and a glass of water, please.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a glass of water once, and it was sparkling, which I was not impressed by either. But yeah, the other points at which I decided to order 2 drinks, an actual alcoholic drink, and some water, just because I'd like to hydrate, please.
Did you say Voss water flat?
Yeah, pretty much.
Voss water flat. Okay.
And the water never turned up with the beer or the cocktail or whatever I ordered. It just didn't happen.
Well,
it was
the German for water is not. The German for water isn't exactly a long stretch away from water, like Wasser. So
exactly, this is my point.
Are you sure you didn't get a watered down beer?
Yeah, I'm very
I know you're not in America, but maybe it still happened.
I'm very sure, and I was asking for a beer and a glass of water, and it just didn't happen. Apparently in Berlin, you can't order 2 drinks at the same time. You only get the beer.
You were saying, can I have a beer and some water? And they were hearing, can I get some beer with water in it, please?
Are they discriminating again?
Cubes.
Absolutely, they were not watered down.
No, Mac. We just say a beer, make it American.
Oh, okay.
Americano, right?
We did.
You might get something a little bit different then,
as well.
It's like a coffee Americano, right?
Yeah, we introduced our Americans to 2 things they grew so fond of that they didn't want to leave anymore.
Beer with an actual percentage.
Okay, if we include the beer, then it's 3 things. Dürüm kebabs.
Did you have the same poly girl there? Because that would keep them from leaving.
So, Dürüm kebabs, Woodruff, and proper beer.
They were very sad to leave the beer behind.
They actually got to try a proper German kebab.
Yes,
like a how do you say it over there in Germany? It's not Donner. Is it Döner or is it Duno?
Yeah, but they didn't have Döner. They had Dürüm. Dürüm is the flatbread.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Okay. Not the really super spongy bread.
Yeah, exactly.
Spongy
bread?
Our
doner. When I saw spongy bread for doner kebabs, it's like Okay, that's a new one on me.
Like everyone had kebabs at a certain point in the whole period. You know, like, oh, it's 2 a.m. It's time for a kebab.
The thing is, in Berlin, there's a kebab shop on every fucking corner.
And there's also, right next to it, an off license to buy more beer to go along with it.
I mean, that's street food in Germany, I imagine.
Yeah. The Americans were also very surprised by the idea of public drinking.
Yeah, that confused the heck out of them the first day.
It's like having a beer in your hand as you walk down a street.
You're not allowed to do that in America, Mac.
Only in a couple cities.
Or at least in I was about to say, at least in most places.
I think you can do it in Vegas, right? Vegas and New Orleans. It's the only two I know for sure.
I still remember where you could like carry around like pint glasses like around outside of pubs rather than having it be decanted into plastic.
You still can in a lot of places in the UK. You've just got to find the right bars.
Well, Boston,
fair enough.
Memphis, Louisville, that's cool.
But yeah, apparently the idea of walking down the street with a bottle of beer is unusual, and they were a bit surprised by that. So we got to introduce them to that experience as well.
South Beach, Florida, Nashville. That makes sense. Yeah.
I could see some comments about a free country, and all that kind of stuff, where you're not allowed to drink beer walking down the street.
Hey, they pride themselves on their freedom, and we appreciate that. While mocking them furiously.
No comment.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I will say I don't know how much of the sightseeing Soth did, but he's probably been to Berlin multiple times to do that. But like places like the Mauer Museum, absolutely incredible. Just reading the kind of history of Berlin through basically from like the mid-50s through to the mid-80s is incredible. And I would absolutely recommend it for anybody who is doing like a Europe trip or something. If you come to Europe and you want to like hit up a couple of places along the way, Berlin is definitely a place to go ahead and see.
I think if you're doing a Euro trip, then I think you're going to Germany for other reasons. But like, yeah,
well, true.
I'm going to say that Italian place we went to for food, like directly in the Brandenburger Tor, that was amazing.
There are certain things that are legal in parts of Europe that aren't legal in America too, right?
Yeah, that's because you're
quite
such
a few
freedom-loving place.
Freedom to follow the rules.
Life, liberty, and learning to do what you're fucking told. I mean, I say this while living in the UK, it's probably the worst kind of, but
European country as well.
It's not a European country anymore, unfortunately.
Oh, wait, sorry, Derek.
I had to wait in line to actually talk to a person through passport control in Berlin, both ways, rather than just using an automated fucking passport reader. It was the first time I've ever actually felt like, okay, yeah, no, we really aren't anymore.
Yeah, you're looking at that automatic.
Airport.
You're looking at that automated passport control and just like with longing, just like.
I mean, yeah, like I went to France earlier this year. I went to Portugal earlier this year. It was all fine, just like straight through, no big deal. In Berlin, I actually had to stop and have a conversation and explain, okay, where was I staying and when was my flight out and do I have these things booked, and I provide proof. And it's just like, wow. It's they really, really not that I was ever in support of it, but it really visited upon me the impacts of the shooting ourselves in the foot that we did. So,
yeah.
Well, you know.
Fun.
So, Eve.
On another note, I bought a new Twitch water bottle. By the way, it's actually pretty fucking awesome.
You bought
it came in really, really useful when it was really fucking hot. Like, I don't know if you guys ever felt the heat wave. It is. It's a 32 ounce one. Like, and the thing is, I have no idea how much a fluid ounce is because I work in metric, not imperial.
32 ounces is
it's a quart.
A lot. It is a lot.
It's 900-ish milliliters, I think.
It's a quart. It's a quart. 2 pints.
So almost a liter, right?
2 pints.
Well, you say two pints, but the pints in the US are different.
Yeah, your pints are not pints. They're false pints. They're prohibition pints.
They're prohibition. You are supposed to fill a pint glass to the brim in the US to get a pint, but yes.
British Imperial pint is 20 fluid ounces.
A pint is a unit of measure. It's the same.
Yes, and no, it's not.
Okay.
The Americans have a 16 fluid ounce pint.
Okay.
Yeah, Eric.
Which is half a quart.
Prohibition pint.
Half a quart.
Eric, yeah, we have a 16 ounce pint. They have a 20 ounce pint. The pint is different.
Why?
Because
what do they have? A 40 ounce quart? A 40 ounce quart?
Brewer's pint, isn't it?
It's because all of that freedom, right? You gotta leave space for all of that freedom.
So yeah, that's
oh god.
That 32 ounce bottle is somewhere in the region of like 900-ish milliliters, maybe like 950.
It's like buying gas in the US. It's really not a gallon, it's 9/10 of a gallon.
Fucking bet you that it's just a liter and they just go for they just call it 32 ounces for the Americans.
It would be actually closer to a 33 or 34 fluid ounce.
Yeah, but the Americans can deal with that. Like they know what 32 is. Right?
Possibly. Did you get it from America?
Let's not forget that.
Wait, where did you buy the bottle?
32 is 32.
I got it on Amazon because it's a Twitch thing. So like I got it on the Twitch store on Amazon. So
there's a Twitch store on Amazon.
It might actually be a 32 ounce.
Do we get discounts?
Where's the Twitch store?
It's Twitch on Amazon, I guess.
It's part of the Amazon. Like if you go to if you search like Samsung or whatever like that, and you can go to like the Samsung sort of storefront or whatever.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
On Amazon.
Yeah, do I just search Twitch?
Yeah, just look for Twitch stuff, and then we find a Twitch branded thing. You can go to the Twitch store or whatever.
It is actually 0.9 liters.
See, I told you.
Yeah.
Visit the Twitch store. What did you buy?
Am I possibly the only person in this channel who actually has an understanding of the conversion between metric and imperial?
I would have expected them to just use the same tooling they use for the 1 liter bottles and just call it 32 ounces because
you can't do it.
That's just the usual size in America, right?
So for the record,
I mean, not wanting to add.
The reason that we have a 16 ounce pint and the UK has a 20 ounce pint is because in 1824 the UK decided to define the gallon as being based on 10 pounds of water.
So just not to add additional levels of complexity to this, but it is also made in China. So whatever the Chinese system they use,
metric,
might not even be accurate.
Carcinogens. Oh, sorry.
I did Google it. China doesn't use the metric system, but they do have Chinese measurements for certain things in everyday life.
So what did you buy? The pink Twitch dual lid water bottle?
It's the purple to black kind of it's literally just a drinking water bottle thing.
Okay, yeah, they're all 32.
Yeah, the thing I didn't, I mean, you know, it was a really good price, and the thing that I didn't realize at the time when I purchased it, but came in really handy, is it's vacuum sealed. Well, for the most part, it's vacuum sealed, like double lined with vacuum seal.
It's basically a thermos kind of thing.
Yeah. So it keeps drinks really cool.
A lot of water bottles nowadays have that same kind of thing.
How much did you pay for that?
I don't know how much you pay for it with your discounts, but like
I don't get this.
I got 70. I got like 17. I think 17 or 18%.
That's pretty good.
Because I bought it on the
I was just saying, you know, I just get it off the
Prime Day.
I get you that shit off the Amazon swag.
Good point.
Yeah, the double lined metal water bottle thing is actually horrendously common nowadays. Work when my place of work, when you join, they give you a bit of a like swag pack with a t-shirt and like stickers and whatever else, and part of that is a 600 ml water bottle that is insulated like that, so you can put coffee in it and it'll be fine to the touch. You can put water in it, stay cold.
But
I'm just saying, like,
a really cool mechanism to deal with any liquid you want rather than having to worry about plastic or whatever.
I'm just saying that it came in extremely handy when temperatures were hitting 40 degrees.
Oh god, yeah. The hydration needed in that sort of temperature.
Things starting to cool down in Europe?
Yeah, we're pretty reasonable again for the next probably like 3 weeks.
You know, air conditioning helps fix that. Just saying.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why you guys just refuse to update your housing. You get on us about our houses being made out of wood, but you can't figure out how to put an AC unit in anything.
Yeah, but like this is only becoming a problem now. This is only becoming a bit of a problem now, whereas you've had like houses made of wood in Tornado Alley for fucking like centuries now.
That's called breakaway construction. Okay, this is.
I'm away with the people inside.
I'm also just going to point out that stuff built ages ago is designed for conditions ages ago. Not conditions now. See, for example, Texas 2 years ago when the entire electricity grid keeled over because it wasn't built for below freezing temperatures.
No, that's not why that happened, Eric. That happened because Texas lawmakers refused to jump in on a plan for a rest of an energy grid with the rest of the US. So theirs conked out and everyone was laughing.
Well, again, an energy grid that was not built for...
No, that's just it. It wasn't built for conditions years ago, because conditions years ago still favored being able to pull power from other states if needed. It was built for Texas being egotistical, and it kicked them in the balls.
So yeah, right? Like
yeah.
It's
just remember, when Texas goes down, so does California. Just remember that.
Like,
and the fluffers.
In Britain, especially, we've never ever had the temperatures that we had this year. We were 3 or 4 degrees above our previous record. This past week.
And I tell you, you can feel it.
The previous record was like 38 degrees. So we got, there were some places that got to 41, 42 degrees. Right? These are temperatures that 10 years ago, 15 years ago, would never have even been imagined in the UK. Ever. Just, it wouldn't have even been a thought that we would be in a position to be getting to these temperatures.
Yeah.
But now, over the last 3, 4, 5 years, we've been seeing these short burst heat waves. Like, the one that we had was only 5 days, and now it's back to reasonable summer again. And then, probably in like 3 or 4 weeks, we'll see another heat wave. That'll be 4, 5 days. So, yeah.
Most of our heat waves, in actual fact, like our sort of heavier heat waves, have always been like late August, sort of September. Over the last like 10 years.
So it's one of those things where, like, I'm looking to get a portable AC unit. I'm doing some research on that just to have one in the cupboard for these sorts of things now, because they are happening regularly. But we have never, historically, ever needed inbuilt central air conditioning systems in our own homes. Historically, we've actually needed to stop the heat getting out. Which is why when we have these heat waves, we have such issues.
Yeah, but good insulation doesn't mean that you get that your house can't be also cold. Like
it does.
Insulation works both ways.
And can't leave.
Well, that's called ventilation.
I mean, we have windows and we can open windows, but like the issue there is like we need like a throughput of air. We need actual like, you know, a breeze in order for that to happen. We can buy fans all that we want, but like you need to have that
that's
kind
where
of
you
like
have first floor and second floor windows, and the heat goes out while cold comes in.
And then like proper ventilation where you have ducts going between rooms and providing hot or cold air as needed. Just a thought.
As we've stated before, like that is always the perfect, you know, undesirable kind of eventuality. Yes, but most houses in the UK, if not like the large majority of houses in the UK, don't have
2000.
Any of that, and installing that is actually, and I know this, is surprisingly expensive.
We're talking about like 1900s era houses built almost entirely of brick, including your inside walls.
Yeah, right? Including inside walls. It's not stud walls. You're not just like drilling a hole through two like pieces of wood, and then putting ducting between the two. You're drilling through stone.
If you had a wood house
and brick,
it would be a lot easier and cheaper. Especially in a place that doesn't get tornadoes out.
Okay.
Where
you know,
a wood house wouldn't be as susceptible.
Okay, Dirk, we just have to bulldoze all the houses and rebuild them.
Please,
that's all.
Can you do that?
Wait a minute.
It's no big deal. No big issue.
People inside them just knock it all down.
Hold up.
Rebuild the entire cities of all of Britain.
Dawn. Do not go calling into question the moral of the Three Little Pigs, God damn it! Houses are built of bricks, not wood, so wolves can't blow them down.
Yep. Oh, I forgot the huge wolf population in England.
They didn't learn that lesson in Tornado Alley.
The UK's wolf population is massive.
Yeah, because they all died out from starvation because they couldn't actually get to their food.
Yes. I see.
See, it all makes sense. It all makes sense.
This is why Tornado Alley still has wolves.
Actually, it doesn't have wolves, but okay.
Oh god, that'll be an amazing Sharknado kind of.
Okay, you're right. The Dakotas have some wolves.
Wolfnado.
The Dakotas.
Realistically,
where the tornado was actually caused by wolf packs huffing and puffing in unison.
Just remember, I imported my wife from Tornado Alley, right out there in Kansas, and moved her to the East Coast, and she's been closer to tornadoes on the East Coast than her entire life.
I don't know why, but I'm loving that.
You're in Pittsburgh.
That's close-ish.
Hey, he's
on the other side of the mountain.
Thanks, Froggy.
Mountains? What mountains?
The Appalachians.
They're not mountains. They're just highlands. They're not tall enough to be mountains.
They're big hills.
Are they over 2,000 feet?
They are not big enough to be mountains.
But
wait. I thought the Americans were cruel, but 2,000 feet in one place? Where did you get all those feet?
Ryek's basement.
Oh my
god. Okay. And moving on.
You know, now that you bring that up, hold on.
Just before we move on, I'd just like to say thanks, Froggy, for the sub.
Yeah, I was just going to move on to Mapper and Twitch.
No. I actually saw a meme.
Weird and can't heat or cool anything. We're just traditional, okay? It's tradition.
Hey, yesterday on Facebook, I was perusing through, and I actually saw a meme of a little baby with an ice cream cone that took their foot in their hand, put it in their ice cream, and then licked their foot. It was like so funny.
Oh, it's another thing you missed, Eric. The Adge's foot.
What?
What?
The Adge's foot.
I don't think I want to know.
No, let's.
I'm sure
Let's just stay completely away from all of that.
Did the Adge put his foot in almond milk?
No.
Oh, sorry. Fuck, I'm gonna get kicked. Oh, damn it. Nice knowing you guys.
Are we going to talk about the little bit of Eve news there is? Or am I still going to have to wait?
Go ahead.
It's been an hour and a half.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Don.
There's one little Eve change, which is they added the, depleted ore sites.
They added bullshit, is what they added.
Oh yeah, they've gotten the extra rats off of the gates by adding a new beacon for a depleted asteroid belt that will have no actual mineable
asteroid.
Shit.
I believe, didn't they already have asteroids though?
Does it
belts with no asteroids for a while?
Well, yes, they've been called asteroid belts, but no, this is a belt that doesn't even claim to have anything. It's full of fucking
Is it just empty space?
No, it's got like
Collider
rocks that look okay, and it's just
it has
no go live
or asteroids.
I think it already is.
It already is.
No, they say they don't. Froggy says
it should just contain a bunch of asteroids with one unit of ore in it.
That's not working. It's something different than them not being in the game.
Yeah, I mean, just because it doesn't work doesn't mean CCP hasn't implemented it.
So right. So what's being?
So it's not even in yet. Okay.
What's being talked about here is basically that in EVE Online, all of the rats that used to be in asteroid belts that no longer exist and on moons and stuff, and would just spawn around the system and kind of warp between these different places, but would generally be disparate. So you'd have 3 rats in one belt, 3 rats in another, 2 rats in another, and then 5 rats on a gate or whatever. Because they just yanked the asteroid belts wholesale, but didn't address the rat spawning mechanics in a system, such that rats would still spawn, but they wouldn't have places to warp to, would all end up congregating on gate. So you could warp through, you could jump through a gate, and suddenly jump into a gate that had 18, 19, 20, however many rats on it, because they'd all spawned and not been killed in the system.
Including capitals and officers.
Including capitals and officers. And so suddenly you're jumping through a gate and getting absolutely fucked by a bunch of rats that have never been intended to be on that gate. But because CCP decided that they knew best and ripped out all the asteroid belts,
and rats that were never intended to have those kinds of numbers in any one place.
Exactly.
Let alone you being lucky enough or unlucky enough, depending on how you feel about this, of actually getting an officer rat that insta-locks.
Right.
Or a dreadnought in your cruiser.
Insta-locks, they've got various kinds of E-War available because of all of the unexpected and not intended support ships.
And hits like a fucking freight train.
And they hit like a freight train out to 300 kilometers because screw you, that's why.
So CCP then introduced this site, which is, as Arendus has pointed out, it's basically an asteroid belt that has no actual ore asteroids in it. They're all cosmetic, collidable
It's just going to be a beacon for rats to congregate around.
Can we go further back?
This is a different place for the rats to walk to other than the gate. Theoretically, and according to
let's go further back.
Twitch chat, it doesn't even work yet, but it's not in TQ, so they might fix it maybe if they're feeling like during their summer holidays they actually have enough technical staff to do it. Which, this is the big summer holiday in Iceland, so there's not going to be anybody really in the office to do anything until September.
Well, Dirk, let's go further back on why we got here. Because we got here because they made an ore change 2.5 years ago.
And there's a very simple answer about why we got here, and the answer is CCP
almost 3 years ago
in 2019. That's it. CCP Rotati started working on Eve in 2019, and this is why we're here now. That's it.
This problem.
Dirk, I've had an idea. All we need is Eric to win that lottery tonight.
No, it's
and he
Tuesday.
can buy CCP.
No.
Oh, Tuesday night, and he can buy CCP.
There's a Russian
back in. That's it. That's all they had to do. They could have changed the composition of the belts. They could have changed how much ore was in them. But all they had to do was to put the asteroid belts back in, even as a temporary thing while they're doing their whole procedural generation shit, which, sounds lovely, but
when's it gonna come?
Obviously haven't gotten any follow through.
They've only been talking about that for 5
this
years.
is CCP. When do they have follow through?
Exactly. Right.
And I was going to say, like, you're probably not going to be able to buy CCP because, like, a Russian oligarch tried to do that many years ago, and it didn't really work out how he planned. But then again, it's not.
The thing is, the new owners might be a bit more willing to.
You'd have to fly to Korea first.
Sure, but given how much they paid and what they're getting in return,
I don't think they're going to be willing to sell, since, like, even with all of the bullshit, CCP has been more stable as a revenue stream than Black Desert has.
Has it, horrendous, given the numbers I've heard about last year?
Yes.
Yeah,
what, losing 8 million?
Only 8 million.
See,
yes. Black Desert fucking cratered for a while. They are so spiky.
That was an in-house product. They paid 200 mil for CCP, and they're losing money on that investment.
They were making money for a while. The point is that A, Eve is more stable than Black Desert. B, they can adjust to like when they were losing 8 million. This was before they raised subscription prices. Sure, we haven't had an earnings call for a quarter post the subscription price increase.
No, the next one's still coming up. So
right, like we've got a quarterly call coming up soon, TM, for Q2, but Q3 of this year is really when we're going to see the impact of the subscription price and where it may or may not have gone. Plus, they can make quote unquote efficiencies around Eve and $8 million that they can't make around the losses that Black Desert was making.
Given the numbers I heard that they spent on marketing, they can easily stop using 8 million. Yeah.
And also, they won't want to sell CCP games because the IP will go with them.
Oh, we do have the Q2 numbers.
They don't want to lose the IP because the IP is still developing other games at the moment as well.
That part, that's fair. I would expect there's ways to get control of EVE Online, though, out from under.
Chimerian in Twitch chat saying that BDO has DX12. I don't know if you noticed, but EVE does too. It's not particularly great, much like DX12 basically anywhere, but...
Whoa, don't you shit-talk DX12?
Like...
Just the implementation in EVE, that's all.
Yeah, it really is.
Done DX12. It's... DX12 isn't great anywhere.
Vulcan is the thing to go.
Okay, so
Vulcan's badass.
We're actually going to get the numbers for Q2 on the 11th of August.
Ah, they've announced that. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't expect it to be positive.
I won't be here that weekend to discuss things, unfortunately. I have to go to a family wedding in Pittsburgh.
You're going to go see Eric!
No.
Oh.
What? You're not going to come visit?
Not because of anything. Not because of anything about Eric, but because like I'm gonna be getting off work at 8 a.m. on Friday, driving to Pittsburgh,
which is minimum of 8 hours.
Which is a minimum of 8 hours, because there's no way I can do that on Saturday and still make the 1 p.m. wedding. falling asleep basically right then and there when I get there, and then hoping that my sleep schedule isn't so screwed up that it fucks me up for being able to get to work Sunday night.
Oh, you got to go back. Dude. So, and you're going to come down 80 where there's just no freaking lights and 8 million deer. Be careful.
Right.
Be careful.
But
well, I'm driving during the day.
Okay.
Because of exactly that.
But yeah, anyway, the general point there about the earnings call is that, yeah, this is going to be Q2, but we won't actually know the full impact of the subscription changes and the Plex price changes and everything else until we get the Q3 earnings call and we have a full, this is what has been impacted. Because we only have a month in Q2. You've got to think, right? When you're talking about quarterly revenue and stuff like that, it cuts off at the end of June. July, even though we're most of the way through July now, we're in Q3. So we're going to have something in the region of 4 to 5... Well, we're going to have something in the region of 5 to 6 weeks worth of revenue ideas based upon what CCP did with the subscription. We're not going to have a full quarter. We're not going to have the summer slump either pulled into that yet.
Right.
Sorry, Derek, what summer slump? Can we please get away from the idea that this is a summer slump?
No. He's not saying this is a summer slump. He's saying that on top of everything else, there is the regular summer slump.
There will be a regular
that will
summer
add
slump.
on to everything else.
Yeah.
Yep. I disagree there's going to be a summer slump this year.
There is always a summer slump of some sort. I'm not saying that it's always necessarily significant, but there is always a summer slump, and it does just add on to the other factors that we have. That's all. It's just another factor to consider.
Yeah.
Wouldn't we already see that by now?
We would be seeing it by now.
We are seeing
We've instead... No, we are not seeing a summer slump, Derek.
We
are seeing a complete flatlining of the game.
Hold it.
Yeah.
You can't declare that it's not a summer slump until we come out of summer and see whether or not summer has had that effect.
Horrendous. Yeah. Did summer start in January by any chance?
No, summer did not start in January. However,
so why is this slump been going on since January and still declining?
That's not the summer slump. That's not the summer slump. That's something else.
That's the point. We are just trending down.
If you look at EVE Offline, you can see that the downward trend arrested briefly in March through May and then resumed. So, while yes, we can say there is a downward trend from January, we can also say that there is a downward trend from 2014. And I'm willing to bet there have been different factors causing different parts of that. So you can't say, oh, well, this one thing has been the cause of everything. We won't know whether or not any summer slump is a significant factor until after summer ends, and we can see if it does, how much it reverses.
So, Horrendous, just to be clear, I'm looking at Gestertrex because it's honestly an easier graph to look at. There's about a 1 month bounce in there, and then it just starts flatlining again.
That's fine. The point is,
and that was when we went on deployment. That is all that is.
The point is,
not wanting to
there are many factors to these things, and the summer slump is just one of multiple factors that will affect a downward or not decline. Don't get me wrong.
I know where you're going.
At the end of it.
I know where you're going. I just disagree that there is going to be a traditional slump. I think it has already happened.
I'm not convinced. I think there will be a traditional slump with the people who are still playing. But just to, put this all in context for the people who are viewers, rather than just listening to us argue, recently we have seen with PCU counts or even just concurrent user counts from the launcher, that the US time zone numbers are getting towards a regular count of somewhere in the region of 12,000 people. Which is
Yeah. Okay. Goonie's exactly right in chat, and that is what I was ultimately getting at. Right.
It's a debate about how fast players are leaving and whether or not over the summer players are actually leaving, or if they're just taking a break to go outside and touch grass.
Or if they're just going to frickin' South Carolina for 2 weeks. I mean,
never happens. You know, never happens. Don't know what you're talking about.
We can't make conclusive statements until we have the data. That is all I am saying. Because Bard is definitely making conclusive statements.
No, what I'm saying is I don't believe there will be a traditional summer slump. I believe it's already happened.
That was not what you were saying 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago, you were saying that it has already happened, and we don't know that it has already happened. We can say that
we can't say there is definite slumpage. We can't say this is a traditional summer slump. We can't say there will not be additional effects from a traditional summer slump.
Right, but that's my point. I don't think there is going to be a traditional one. The slump has happened. It's done.
I just want to say, that's just like your opinion, man.
It's not an unfair commentary, and it's not an unfair opinion. I'm just saying that is
and you may
an
well
opinion.
Be right, but you know what? The last 20 seconds are the first times you've said, "I think."
I've said it multiple times.
No, you were
not today.
Declaring it as fact.
So what does CCP do to come out of this positive, right?
Shoot Hilmar.
In game.
Yeah, not for real. Not for real. It's just a figurative fire him fade.
Out of a cannon, flies through the air and lands in a big, cushion, like a carnival thing.
With like a trampoline or whatever, a netting. And the point is that you need to fire Hilmar somehow.
No, you know what? Getting rid of Hilmar is not enough. Ratati needs to be gone.
You might also want to get rid of Ratati and Burger.
See, this is why Eric.
You know what?
Eric can't buy
the company.
This is why Eric can't buy CCP, because he would fire everybody, and then there wouldn't be anybody left. We'd have to rebuild.
No, there are some.
It would be better than it is now.
There are some fantastic people there.
There are good people there who have been. No, don't fire everybody. Definitely
it does come down to the leadership direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not mid-management really, but upper management for sure, and leadership.
Yeah, the not quite C-level, but their VPs, their directors. Those are the people who are kind of suggesting that this is why we need to do things for Eve in whatever specific way, and those are the people who need to not be making decisions anymore.
I don't see how the people setting the agenda and deciding what course the company and development takes are unrelated people. Especially not, the guy literally in charge of making these decisions.
Did anybody ever watch Entourage?
This isn't about players. This isn't Villy. This isn't Goblins. This isn't PGL.
If we disappear, we will be back in a few minutes.
Oh, God.
Okay. Got thunderstorms, and my regular lights just flashed real quick, but not enough to kick the generator on. But we'll be back. We'll be back. Don't worry, guys.
I am actually looking at the time and going, we are coming up on our 2 hours.
Oh, we are? Yeah,
we're coming up on our...
So, yeah. I'm just saying...
We want our one last things are coming up probably as well, sometime soon.
We started a little late, so, who knows.
Good point.
There is a question that I've seen in Twitch chat about whether or not there will be a meta show this weekend. No, due to current events, the meta show is taking a break this week, but they will be hopefully back next week. We'll see how events kind of continue and what actually happens. We'll obviously keep people updated about the meta show and what have you on our social medias and in our Twitch, in our Discord channel and stuff. So,
I would just like
Jesus Christ, Derek, sounding like an influencer.
No meta show today is what I'm saying. Hey, look, social media is how people get the news now. So we'll have to give them the news about the meta show on social media.
We have to.
And wait for it. Technically, Jabber is a form of social media.
Isn't it?
That's true.
My God.
Yeah.
Nothing
However,
today, guys.
I will say
Just
that the Bloody Angel is correct. If Eric's house was 100% made of stone, with absolutely no gaps in any of the walls, he would not have this issue because he would not have electricity.
True. It'd be very hard to get it. I'm considering solar. I'm having a big solar conversation right now.
No, I've got solar at the moment. It's, I mean, that's an actual.
Yes.
Yeah,
You would have a lot of electricity from solar during a thunderstorm.
No, you wouldn't. That's why I have a generator.
No,
you have flashes
that's why you
of
have
energy
lightning
as the
rods.
light from
That's why you
the
have
lightning
rods
hits the
and
solar
massive
panels.
capacitors
There you
buried
go.
underneath the basement.
We got a Tesla coil in the basement. We're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, definitely solar panels worth doing.
Well,
help save the planet.
let's put it this way.
So you can get thermal and electric from solar, by the way.
True.
You can get thermal and solar and electric from solar, by the way.
Just from the south-facing part of my roof, I think they're quoting out like a 21 kilowatt system.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
It's worth doing. Help save the planet. As long as you install a battery system, you'll be like.
Yeah, I'm not installing. Yeah. You can't really do. Yeah, the batteries aren't worth it.
I would wait with the batteries because I can tell you there's a lot of movement in the battery tech right now.
There's stuff coming soon.
Yeah,
But like even doing it now.
Battery tech is probably the one tech that is like being shifted around and progressed significantly at the moment in time.
We have the
there's
ability.
There's a lot of money in it.
I think we have ability. We do net metering, right? So what we feed back in, we can take back out at night. So
that's fair. Guru Dupont, don't remove your AC. What you do is you buy a ground source heat pump that also does AC, and it reduces your costs both ways around.
All right.
Yep.
So
if you want to be all electric, sure.
No.
Can I just all electric is the future as well, right? Like if you can get off natural gas for your cooking, your oven or whatever, definitely worth doing.
I'm trying to get natural gas to my oven.
Well, that's a you problem.
Hold on, you got to remember, I live in the state where natural gas wells last twice as long as the normal, and we have natural gas all over the place. So.
But yeah, can I just also point out something that I've just noticed on the stream, because I've been watching chat a lot when I've been looking at the stream, and I've just looked at my nameplate, and Mac, it's still spelt wrong.
I know, because it's never changing. It's never changing.
It's going to stay the same.
It allows you a degree of plausible deniability. This is how I've kind of.
By the way, just asking out to the audience, right? Does that cat just scream dark, and does that cat scream horrendous? I mean, do you guys agree with us? Yes, and I have a 26% solar panel rebate.
And yeah, I have to agree there, Dirk. Anything that goes horribly wrong here, you can claim it was all said by Dirk's Statile.
Not Statile, exactly.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. So
Not you.
There you go. There you go. See.
As for the cats, I don't know. Horrendous's cat is absolutely on point.
Doesn't that cat just look at you and say, "I know"?
It's like,
fuck you.
That looks like the cat that keeps trying to rip Horrendous's throat out on a meeting or whatever.
No,
actually, it really doesn't. I can show you that cat.
I don't want to be that guy, but I kind of feel like my cat is the only one that's not really on point.
Well, it will be there next week. Trust me, unless you're on video. Just that's a threat.
I mean,
I think Gregor's cat's really on point. I think Gregor's cat is really on point, though.
Soft, even if you're not here, your cat's going up. I mean,
Eric, the cat that got assigned to me in the thread.
I'm aware.
Greg, did you
I'm very aware. I love it.
Cat?
I love that cat.
No, let me explain something to you. When you type in cat dressed as German, you get a lot of very inappropriate images in Google.
You should have
German
done it.
Okay.
Oh my god. I'm curious now, but I really don't want that on my search history.
Oh, it's that cat. Yes, I remember now, and it is entirely appropriate and should never change. So through soul, you're stuck with it. Mostly because I'm amused by it.
Did you bring Lederhosen home from Berlin, Dirk?
No.
Why would he bring Lederhosen home from Berlin?
Yeah, that's Austrian.
Bavarian thing.
That's not a thing that happens.
It's like in Trading Places. But you're wearing Lederhosen. You guys never watched Trading Places? Seriously?
See, that's what annoys us Germans so much about Americans. We are not fucking wearing lederhosens and going to the Oktoberfest, okay? We're not.
Well, whose fault is that?
Well, I'm Canadian, man. I don't know. That's the impression that we have of you. Sorry.
I'm sorry. You opened your your Canadian mouth and you didn't apologize.
Yeah.
Well, I did. Yeah.
Please apologize.
Actually, yeah. Good point.
He ended up with sorry.
Yeah. Good point. Good point. I missed that.
So there you go. I mean. Now, I will say that he did in fact fuck up because and needs to apologize for this because he did not end it off with sorry, eh?
Because as you know, that's just is he buying up a bunch of beer trying to find a mouse in a beer can or something like that and trying?
Oh, what a great movie, eh? Strange Brew.
I love that movie, man.
It was filmed. That part was filmed here in Hamilton.
Nice.
They go down the mountain off the. And they have to they get in a lake and they have to breathe with the empty beer.
For those who don't know, Bob and Doug McKenzie, Strange Brew movie, excellent 12 Days of Christmas song actually as well.
Well, Bob and Doug McKenzie, those guys are a hell of a lot more than just the movie. There were everything. So many. There was so much time on SCTV, you hoser. I mean,
it was great.
So much time, hoser.
You're
a hoser, eh?
Anyway, Dirk, in staff only. That is the cat that keeps trying to kill me during meetings.
Well, that's just a very cute cat.
Yes, that's how she survives.
That cat could never do anything wrong.
That's how she survives. She is absolutely adorable every absolute moment when she's not trying to kill me.
Now, how many belly rubs can you get in, Horrendous?
Honestly, it's difficult because she reacts to that by grabbing with her front paws and trying to do rabbit kicks, and she does not. I have had cats.
She reacts to belly rubs by trying to murder your arm, is what you're saying.
Yes, I have had cats who have done that and will do the rabbit kicks without their claws. She does not understand without claws. So when she grabs your wrist, she's digging in, and when she kicks, she's really trying to open your arm up.
Like, this is a cat that will take swipes at Horrendous's throat while he's in the middle of a meeting or whatever. So
she is absolutely not actually trying to kill me. She's just
she's a lovable murderous ball of fur.
The friends of mine who gave her to me when they moved to North Carolina, basically were way too permissive, and it is a long, slow learning process of no, God damn it, don't jump up on the oh my God, it's a gas stove, you stupid cat.
Yes, so would you like to address Zippo's comment?
No. He's not German, he's Bavarian.
Oh.
Ooh.
That's hurtful.
I mean, I haven't been to Bavaria, but Berlin was very much worth visiting, so...
But you're wearing lederhosen.
Ah, but this is a comparison, Dirk, so...
Yeah,
it's all...
I'm from Sweden.
For fuck's sakes.
Where's Zell from? Where's Zell Tharuk from?
I honestly don't know which part of Germany he's from.
A bad place.
I think he's from the west.
Ooh.
He has a very unique and distinct accent.
That's played. Like, that's acted. Right?
Is it?
Yeah, it is. Because he can turn it off.
Can you?
Turn it off.
What? My accent?
Yeah, can you go full?
It's an accentuation.
No, I can't fake an accent. Like, no matter which one it is. I'm
not
just
even
bad at that.
Oh, okay.
No, not even a fake German accent.
Can you?
Sorry.
Okay, but then answer me one question. Why do you always sound so Dutch, Apple?
Fuck you.
Nice. Oh,
That's hilarious.
Well played.
I just posted a picture of my cat, and I think everyone can agree that it definitely looks like my cat.
Yeah.
yes,
It's
yes,
very-
because we only see a silhouette.
It not only looks like your cat, it looks disturbingly like the cat that got used for V in that thread.
It does.
Yeah.
And the keyboard and everything.
Very serious looking cat. So he means business.
That said, I
did like V's cat.
I will say that the best picture in that entire thread is the picture from On Marshan of Bob's Mind and Grapefruit.
I don't know. I kind of like DVRB's cat.
No, I liked Apple's
and J Amazingness cat. Oh, that's a cat.
This post. This post is the best. The best one.
Yeah, can we link that in chat?
Yeah, I can drop it in chat as well for anybody who's on the Goonswarm forums. That is the best post in terms of cat pictures because it has the fruit, and the fruit is a lovable little piece of geck. Gotta love the fruit.
Right, so we looking at the clock, we got like 60 seconds. So, shall we do one more word?
One more word. One last thing. Sure.
One more word.
Fuck!
It's fitting.
Hey, we got to follow Octurian, whatever. Nice.
Oh.
Thank you.
More fucks, more follows, I see.
Also, Greggles, the only problem I have with any of these cats is the Alterari Phoenix cat looks way too smart.
Oh no! See, you have to look at the Alterari that is in picture with the Daj.
Yes, the Daj one is that's brilliant, but
getting a SWAT.
No, like the Daj with Alterari picture is key. The Ultra Cat is also fantastic.
Ultra Cow,
yes.
yeah, Ultra Cat skill.
Yeah.
And then there's Officer Cat Fun Cat.
Yes,
Which is
Cat
just
Fun Cat is choice.
Cat Fun Cat.
So, one last thing.
Let's do the one last thing. Let's start with let's see, get a list of people. Let's go with okay, you can go, Dirk.
Oh, I'm going first. All right. Well, Goonbullen was great. Very much looking forward to seeing people again in August, end of August, for the London Swarm thing. Other than that, cats are fantastic, and be nicer to cats, generally. People. Be nice to cats.
There you go. Then we'll go to Dawn.
Dawn's still here.
Is Dawn here?
Good job, Dawn.
All right, Burghost.
Fuck's sake.
You know, I honestly don't really have much this week. It's just relaxing. Fuck this heat. Although it's gone. It's nice and cold out.
All right, Horrendous.
What? I already said mine.
Okay, you did yours. Okay, McLeod.
Because Dawn's not here, she can't tell you that she got a I think it's a purple dino plushie or something like that. I'm not entirely certain, but like, yeah, when she does eventually arrive or at some point, maybe probably on Theta Thursdays, but she'll probably, if she hasn't already, let everybody know about her dino plushie in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, watch out for that.
Did she get it from Bad Dragon?
Good God, I hope not.
Why not? They make good plushies.
Should we just ignore what happened in chat?
And only ask me how I know if you really want to know.
No.
All right.
All right. Let's see. Next, Soft.
What happened in chat?
Well, if you guys want actual Eve content, we are having. Yeah, I know.
Same sentence.
We are having an actual mini tournament next week, Sunday, on the 31st. It's gonna start around 1600 ETH. We don't know what channel it is on yet because CCP didn't come back to us yet. So we'll see. They're currently like in the UK doing Legos with Star Citizen, so they're a bit busy.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Are you calling this one the Annoyance Games?
No. We're calling it Anger Games Aftermath because same rule set as Anger Games, just a little thing to have a bit of fun. So yeah.
And if people are looking for Eve content right now, I believe Pando is streaming.
He is indeed.
Pando screaming? Is that we could there's a parody. Pando screaming, Jamie's crying. That could be a parody. There you go.
Streaming, Eric. Streaming.
Screaming, streaming, whatever. I can't hear. I'm old. I'm sorry.
We know.
I know. All right, Greg. Your one last thing.
All right, don't forget on INN on Thursday, you get to watch State of Thursday with Don and Mifune. It's a pretty darn good show. Also, everybody, it's 23:59 Eve. Also, remember, people to be good to each other. Life's short.
Good one.
Did you just say it's a darn good show?
Talking of Dawn, she wants a final message.
Really?
Her mic's not
the
working.
final thought is to play
Her mic's
with
not
cats.
working.
I'll read it in Dawn's
final
voice.
thought is that she wants to play with cats.
Go ahead, Greg.
Okay, all right.
Hang on, let me put my glass down first.
My mic won't work.
Excellent. All right. Like Greg, be excellent to each other. That's my final thought for all of you as I come back from 2 weeks of paradise, back to what could be a very big thunderstorm. But hey, it is what it is.
God damn it, Eric. Don't you do that.
Do what?
Don't you leave that thought unfinished.
What thought?
You've been citing movies all goddamn day. Now you're going to leave that thought unfinished?
What? Oh, that one? Well, doesn't everybody know? It's from like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
You got to finish it. You got to finish it.
Well, I can't.
All right, fuck it. I'll finish it.
You finish it.
And party on, dudes!
You did it better than I could have done it, so that's even better. So thank you, everybody. You have a great week. We will be back next week. We will definitely have Southwishill's incorrect, probably even politically incorrect cat picture up because, he won't be on video. So there you go. Everybody, you have a great day, and we will see you next week. And I can figure out how to... Hey, McLeod, how do I turn off the stream? How do I do that?
Everybody close the web page so Eric doesn't have to figure this out.
Yeah, just close your web pages. The show's over.
Right, yeah, everybody close the page because that's how you do it. Like everybody,
we just keep live.
Like close the web page. Everybody just look away for a moment.
Cassidy Eric all night long streamed on INN.
Avert your eyes.
I love how McLeod is dying. By the way, yes, I know how to close stream, and we will be doing that now. Later, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.